And I want to bring in now on the phone with us former California Congresswoman Jane Harman, who I understand was with Senator Dianne Feinstein just last night. Thank you so much, Congresswoman, for joining us. I imagine today is an emotional day for you. How are you doing?
Well, how's the country doing? How's the Senate doing? It's a huge, huge loss. And I was the lucky one. I saw her at 5 p.m. yesterday at her home. We had a 1-hour private meeting. I came by to say hi and to talk about what we could be doing next together. And we did talk about that. I got the hug and the kiss that so many, sadly, on the Senate floor have missed. And there's a beautiful picture that her housekeeper took as I was leaving. But Dianne seemed in good health, frail as she has been for a while, but acute, talking about how she wanted to start doing with me some dinners for women in Washington. What a cool idea. I'm going to do it anyway, and they're going to be the DiFi dinners. But I met her when she was mayor of San Francisco, and I think if I could single out one person who has been a touchstone in my political career, in my life, in politics, it would be Dianne. And I loved her dearly.
I love that picture and those sentiments that you just shared. And what a fun idea to do the DiFi dinners. And just learning that speaks to her mission, her sense of purpose, and her desire to have an impact. She obviously literally worked to her dying day to have such an impact on this country. One of the things we've talked about is the impact that she had in the Senate Intelligence Committee as the first woman to chair that committee. I know you were on the House Intelligence Committee and a groundbreaker in your own right in that part of Congress. Do you feel like, what do you see, I guess, as the significance of the work she did on that committee?
Well, let me talk about that. I was on the House Intelligence Committee before she was on the Senate Intelligence Committee. And when she began her role, we had lunch. It was a summertime lunch in Aspen, Colorado, where we both had homes. And she said, what should I be thinking about? I was so honored that as a House member, she would ask me that. I was never chair of House Intelligence. I was ranking member. But I was looking into the issues that she cared about, too. And she lapsed me. I mean, she was magically brave on that committee. There was a report that she did, and she released it with Democrats only, which was controversial. But I actually have it in front of me. I'm sitting here because she autographed it to me. But it was on detention and interrogation of those during the Afghan war, and she pointed out correctly that Congress had not been consulted. I was then on the committee, and that a number of the practices were outside the scope of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act and the Geneva Conventions. And she was brave enough to put it out, and our practices have changed. And, you know, rest in peace, Dianne. You were a groundbreaker on assault weapons, a groundbreaker on intelligence, a groundbreaker on women in politics, a groundbreaker on friendships among women. One of my dearest friends ever.
Wow.
And I'm just shocked by the news, just shocked.